everything we literally talked about in our previous video about ATER and what it could potentially do literally happened. And now when you're looking at the price right now, you wonder, where is this momentum going? Is it dying, or we're still in for another run just like we've seen in the previous week? That's the question we're going to be answering in this video. And we're also going to talk about one of our favorite stocks that we always talk about, and we're going to give you some kind of guidance to where we think it's going to go. But again, everything that I show in most of my videos are the fact and the chart. I look at what it is. I don't look about what everybody else is talking out there online, or whatever is going on, or groups or anything. And I've seen also there's been so many video people talking about different type of momentum and what they think it could be. Again, it's everybody's based on their own opinion. But what I'm showing here is the fact in the chart. And every single time when I make this video, I always say, these are trade opportunities. And when you're looking at a trade opportunity, you want to pay attention to the chart a lot more, and then you can look at everything else as far as catalyst that can literally give you that opportunity to take profit. So without further ado, let's jump into video. But before that, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, just so you get videos just like this one every single time we post them. So let's just dive right into it. Let's just, let's keep it going, because I want to show you guys something very exciting. So let's pull up the charts all the way. Hey, look. This is everything you see on my screen is from the previous video. Everybody that watched my previous video can literally tell this is what we did last time. And I left everything the same way. You can see right here, I was telling you guys that once we crossed this level and we started going, we should find resistance somewhere around $7 and some change. And I believe in my video, I was saying it's going to be somewhere around $7.80. If I'm not wrong, this is how high we went, $7 and almost 30 cents. So literally close to how we talked about before we found resistance. And I left everything. And I literally said that we have entered another zone. We have created another trend, because we left where we used to be, which was below here. Let me actually make it a little longer. Here we go. This is where we used to be for month and month before we jumped out of it. We broke out. It was confirmed. Now we're here. We are in another trend. We are in another zone. And this zone, the question is, how long are we going to be in here? I can't tell you how long we're going to be in here. All I can tell you is this is what's happening right now. And this is what I'm seeing right now. So what exactly am I seeing? So first thing first, if you look right here pretty well, look, we've went for few days, literally almost the entire last week, we just kept going up and up and up and up. It is normal, first of all, to know that every single time when you have things like this, there's always going to be a breather. A breather means there's going to be a sell-off where at some point it's going to have to pull back, which is what's happening, right? A pullback. But I'm going to explain to you what I'm seeing here in the last 2 days. You see this pullback right here, the first candle that happened yesterday, right? This pullback, when people that started taking profit after, most people that can do the chart would know exactly where to start getting off. And remember when I said, if the resistance is right here, most people that want to take profit, especially if they bought really low and they're making, crazy return, they're not going to wait until they actually reach the resistance that everybody else sees. They're going to start taking profit much earlier than that, because they don't want to be not bag holding, but they don't want to lose as much as profit they've made so far. So people start to get out, and this start pushing everything down, right? This is what happened. This is what I would say will normally happen on most momentum. You have a sell-off when people started taking profit. But now, the next one that you see down here, this comes when most of the bag holders or other people that were already holding the stock and started feeling like, this thing is probably not going to hold. Not as much. And everybody started getting scared of what's going on. And you also have people that bought way too high, which we usually call them bag holders. I don't have anything against bag holders. What I'm just saying is it happens. People usually come into the momentum really late, and then they end up holding the bags, and some people decide to get out even though they're losing already, and everybody started panic selling. But is it really a bad thing for us, or at least for the people that are still looking at this stock? No, it's not. Why? Because it just gives us an opportunity. It's letting the stock breathe even more. It's letting it push down, so that way there's room to bring much more confidence for some people that have been waiting for the opportunity to buy at certain levels, right? So far, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and delete this here. So we're going to kind of get this mess out of the way. So far, if you look right now, this zone that I have here, we have support all the way down here to $4. And right now we're trading some close to $5, like $4.98, $5 some change. That's what we're trading now. So we're still high. Yes, there is a possibility for this to pull back. I'm going to show you again why. Because remember last time I gave you a warning, which is that one down here. I told you we were completely overbought. This is what's happening here. We were completely overbought. And it's normal that you started seeing that, look, we're going down a little bit on our RSI, showing that, hey, we started taking a breather. Are we out? Are we down, completely oversold? No, we're not. We're not oversold yet, which this means that it is possible to still see the RSI push. It's a possibility. I don't want you to get scared and click away of this video and start thinking, what is he talking about? I'm just giving you what's realistic, because this is what happens. I'm not a Nostradamus to always tell you that it's going to go up. I need to give you different perspective of where I think it's going to be, right? Which means this one that you see right here, it's possible that we started seeing it go down to a certain level, at least below 40, right? Which means it might still pull this one back. But where are we going to find resistance? We know for sure we're going to find support. We know for sure we're going to find support around $4. That we know. But again, we also know that after breathing down for 2 days, there is a possibility to start seeing this pointing in the other direction, which means we might also start seeing this pointing in the other direction and go back up and try to see if we can go back and test this resistance back again. It's a possibility. So I'm giving you those two. This is what we're seeing right now. Am I saying that this exactly determine where we should be? In the short term, right now, I want to take these ones out a little bit further. Let's put it right here. In the short term, if you take a look right here, this is where we were last time. This is in the short term, right? It's not exactly very significant, but it tells you where was the first candle that literally broke out of this thing, that we came back, tested, confirmed the support, and then took off. After we took off. So we're showing that this in the short term is acting like some kind of support that we might be able to bounce back and point into this direction right here. And so now, something else that I want to show you is this momentum dying? That's the question that we ask ourselves in this video. And this is what I'm going to show you. Look, the volume, boom. The volume for the last few days, as you can see, on average, has been climbing and climbing and climbing. And so far, it's still showing that we have not really starting to lose momentum, or at least interest, because when you look at the volume, the amount of trade compared to the days before, it looks to me like you see this part right here that we started last time, or at least the first time that we started literally taking off, and then we were stagnant for a little while, and then we went up a little more, stagnant, and then here we go, we went up. If you look at this, it could be possible that we could go again this way before we go up even more. The volume could keep increasing, but at least for now, you can still tell that the momentum, by the amount of the volume, or at least the average volume, it keeps increasing. If you look at it, it did not go down as you would expect it when a momentum is dying. That's literally the point that I want to make without repeating or talking nonsense the last whatever. But this is what I mean to say. It does, according to what we're seeing in the volume, it does not look like the momentum is dying yet. So that's the other thing that I wanted to say. I wanted to show you exactly where we are, and I wanted to show you what's happening with the stochastic RSI, that this breather is completely normal, and all this sell-off, of course, we're gonna have bag holders, and where we are, where the long-term support in this new zone, where we still can test another resistance. And on top of that, the other thing is the short-term kind of support that we've reached right here that could also serve as a momentum bounce back. But when you look at the volume, it's still showing us that it has not stopped, or at least hasn't started to give up, even though we saw in the last few days, last 2 days, that we've sold off. And you can see today, even though we sold off, but the volume wasn't as high, which means the momentum of selling off, it wasn't as much as the people trying to hold it at least above $5. And the most important thing is the contract that are going to expire on Friday this week, and most of them are around $5. So this is like the bottom of $5. The amount of contracts that are going to expire in the money by Friday this week. And if they do, well, there is a possibility for us to see another little small gamma squeeze as we've been seeing. And remember where our resistance is, and let's watch to see what's going to happen next. So I know I've talked about a long time for this one. I want to move on to this one real quick, because I want to just show you guys what's happening with MARA. It's not going to be too long. I'm just going to show you real quick. And I always say, opportunity presents itself. You should always take advantage of it. Look, guys, this is from my previous video. I left it exactly the same way. Watch this. This is what I showed you last time. And right here, look what's been happening. I had this zone, this momentum, this area, this trend that we've been going on for a little while now. Watch. Resistance, and then resistance, and you can see right here, support and support. And this is what's happening. When you look at this, where do you think is gonna go next? Just by looking at the chart. I always say, I show you the fact in the chart, guys, for real. Where do you think is gonna go next? You see, the stock market is if you look really well in the chart, most of the time people lose money because of emotion. Because sometimes you might be presented with the real thing right in front of you, and you can recognize the pattern. And I always say, patterns tends to repeat themselves almost all the time. Keyword, almost. And you can see it. And so even if you think you bought at a certain, let's say you bought at 22, now it's at 20 or it's at 19, you get scared and you get out of it. Next thing you know, it's right back up above 30. And so when you look at this, when I say opportunity trades, there is a $10 gap between the bottom and the top, $10 to $11, $12 that we've been seeing in the last 2 to 3 months, I would say. In MARA, back and forth, back and forth. So if you look at this, like I said, you know exactly where we're going next. Right here. We're going to go back there. Patterns. And guess what? When you start seeing a pattern like this, it means something is brewing down there. Look at the RSI. We are below 40 already. We're going down to the oversold. It means you still have a lot of upside over here. Let's find out what the volume is at. Boom. It's still very much flat so far. So it means at some point we're going to break out of this. So this we can confidently call this a bottom for MARA. Anywhere around $20 is a bottom for MARA, because we have confirmed this support more than 5 times. I'm just saying. Anyway, so this will conclude my video. Like I said, I didn't want to keep it for too long. I just want to show you this is the simplest of the technical analysis. Simple, very simple. You just need to be disciplined. That's what most people lack, discipline. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. We have some pretty nice links down in the description below. One of them is a Patreon. We do have a Patreon account if you like to support us. And for the content that we bring to you all the time, please consider using the link in the description below. We have different tiers, and you could choose whichever one you like to support us on a monthly basis. We also have links to Webull and links to Public. Whichever one you think you would like to trade with. The difference between Webull and Public does not basically share your information, or at least they don't get paid for the shares that you buy, like Webull would do, because there is a commission that goes through other market makers. But whichever one you would like to choose, they all offer free stocks. Of course, Webull right now is offering up to 15 free stocks that you can grab. You only have 2 days that's left for those ones. Public is still offering also shares. As long as you open an account using the link in the description below, sign up and deposit some kind of monetary into your account. And we're both going to get the exact same amount of free stock. Thank you again for watching this video. As for me, as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Oh, looks like I lost video, as always.